welcome to my channel. My name is Maddie and today is my channel's 3rd birthday. I made this channel 3 years ago, and so to celebrate I asked you guys a bunch of questions and I have them all trapped here in this box. I will be picking out 25 of them and I will be answering them. You guys asked some really good questions and I'm really looking forward to answering them, so let's get into it. I don't want to look, so here's this one here. Alright. I Am a Marvelous asks, who is your favorite singer? I actually have 2 favorite singers. First of all is Lady Gaga. I love her music a lot. And then second of all would be Jonathan Young. He makes a bunch of metal covers of Disney villain songs and such. Okay, we'll do this one here. Dr. Ban Ban says, who is your favorite TADC character? Definitely Kinger. I really like Kinger. Just super chill. Doesn't bother anyone. Okay. The Jelly Man Certified Jelly says, have you ever played Red Dead Redemption? I have not actually. I've watched my dad play it and I've watched some gameplay of it, but I myself have never played it. Okay. Top Hat Cat 1173 says, what is your social security number? Well, actually, if you check your mother's wallet, it will be in there. I spent the night with her last night and I accidentally left it at her house, so. Okay. Mayon 2699 says, what's your favorite Has-Been Hotel song? Please, I'm your new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing to the community. I hope you enjoy it and have a fun time here. My favorite Has-Been Hotel song is Gravity, but quickly in second place is definitely Brighter. Riley95 says, do you have any pets? No, absolutely none at all. Rainstar1268 says, what's your least favorite TADC character and why? Oh, I can already see the people screaming at me coming from here. Gangle, maybe? Like, I don't hate Gangle. It's just, I mean, I like all the TADC characters, but out of all of them, I just like her the least. So, I don't hate her or anything, so don't get me construed there. Sunny Lightning Bunny says, what is your opinion on cheese toasty grilled cheese? I randomly got suggested this post. I've never heard a grilled cheese sandwich called cheese toasty. Are you maybe British? Is that what they call it there? I really like grilled cheese. When I was little, my grandma always used to make them for me. And it would be with that really cheap, awful bread and then with that plastic cheese. But it was so good. And now I've upgraded a little bit. I get actual cheese and I usually make it with sourdough bread. And then I'll put little tomato slices and some onion slices in it. It's really good. I don't know if that means it's no longer a grilled cheese sandwich, but we are not worried about that. Okay. What's the first thing you would prioritize when there's an apocalypse? What is this when? What do you know? Okay. I'm not a doomsday prepper, but I do have a duffel bag just with like clothes and stuff, you know, and it's not necessarily for an apocalypse, just if there is a tornado, because I live in a place where there's a lot of tornadoes and just random nonsense. So I would probably grab that really quick, and then if I could team up with my family and try to make sure they're okay, I would do that. But if I had to get out on my own, I'd get out on my own. Chiel 2009 says, do you play video games? If so, which is your favorite? I don't play a lot of video games. I do play some. I'm not much of a gamer. So definitely my favorite is this little indie game called No, I'm Not a Human. I really enjoyed that. I play that one a lot. I like Plants vs. Zombies. I play that mobile on my phone when I'm bored. And other than that, I play Fortnite occasionally, but like once every couple months. I'm not big into that. I just kind of do it to see what's going on. And then I like Minecraft. Minecraft is fun. Like I don't know anybody who doesn't like Minecraft. Alright, if you had to pick one food to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be? Ooh. Okay, I'm assuming that also I'd have to make sure I don't get any nutrient deficiencies or anything. So probably a Chipotle bowl, because if you think about it, there's meat there, which gives me protein, there's vegetables and everything, so I feel like I get everything I needed. And I'm sure I'd get sick of it, but at the same time, I don't think I'd starve or get a deficiency. Sammy Ann 090 says, if money didn't matter, what would your dream job be? Ooh, that is a good question. Right now, my dream job, considering money, would be becoming a lawyer. But no money considered, that would be really cool. Maybe, like opening up a fish shop and reputably breeding fish and, you know, doing that sort of thing. I really like fish-related stuff. So Yeah, or I could be an artist. That would be so cool. I would love to be an artist, but unfortunately AI and all that. Mismanaged Video says, when did you find out you were bisexual? Oh, that's actually a pretty good question. So I was raised with a very religious grandma, so she always kind of had the diatribe of, love the sinner, hate the sin, so I didn't really grow up knowing that was an option. It was more or less when I was 13, I moved away with her. I found out, it doesn't really matter because I met gay people, and I was like, well, they're not the monsters I always thought they would be. And I think at some point back then, I definitely was bi. I just didn't realize it. All I'm going to say is Black Widow in Avengers. And if you get the reference, you get the reference. If you don't, you don't. But I was reading The Cruel Prince by Holly Jackson. And there's a side character in there who's mentioned to be bi. And I didn't know bi was a thing. I thought either you're fully straight or you're gay, and there's no in between. So once I found about that, I'm like, oh. And I was about 14 at that time. So I remember telling my mom in the car, I'm like, Mom, I think I'm bi. And she just looks at me. She's like, yeah, I know. So that's how that went down. Oh, okay. We have a bunch of questions here. The Faller9860 says, have you seen Gravity Falls? What got you interested in Hazbin Haluva and indie animation? When it comes down to collection, what are your dream items, and are you ready for Hazbin Season 3? I have never seen Gravity Falls. I do hear a lot of good things about it, though. And what got me interested in Hazbin Haluva and indie animation is honestly my friend. You can see them sometimes on the channel, Alex. I've made a couple videos with them here. And they recommended it to me, and I watched it. And then when it comes down to collection, what are my dream items? I have a knife collection. I collect knives and weapons, so if I could get like an actual dagger, that would be so cool. And are you ready for Hazbin Season 3? Absolutely. I hate waiting for stuff, but I understand animation takes time. Kaneki DH6XQ says, favorite color combination of Minecraft's tropical fish. Oh, I don't think I play Minecraft quite enough to know what the different combinations of the colors are, because whenever I play Minecraft, I'm always scared of going into the ocean. I don't know why, but I'm always scared of that. I always stick to land. Starlit Poem says, what do you usually like to do for fun in your spare time? I have a lot of hobbies. I make a lot of art. I take walks and listen to music. I work out a lot. I'm very much an outdoorsy sort of person. I'm into archery, knife throwing. Usually for fun in my spare time, I'm making YouTube videos. Like for me, that's very much just a hobby on the side. And fortunately, I'm lucky enough to start making money from it, and I'm putting that towards law school. But it's not a full-time career for me at all. I'm also really into fish keeping. I do that a lot. So yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff that I do. I read. Then I hang out with my grandpa a lot in my free time. I'm usually bugging him, I think, 2 to 4 times a week. And we go a bunch of places and do a bunch of fun stuff together. Leonard Keldmorm 37 says, okay, so you gotta choose one, decide wisely. You can learn any language that ever existed just by snapping your fingers, but every new language will drop your IQ by 10. Ooh. And then you will get 3 of any superpowers of your choice, but the FBI is hunting you, so you will always be on the run and you will always need to hide your identity. What will you pick? Okay, so the advantage of the language one is I actually cannot snap my fingers. I've always tried to learn how to do that. I cannot snap my fingers for crap. So I could just not snap my fingers and it basically would not affect me whatsoever. But the thing is, even if I did learn how to do it, I feel like I could just learn 1 or 2 languages and I'd be fine, because I've tested at an IQ of 140 multiple times. So I feel like if I lost 10 or 20 points, I'd be fine. I might not be as good as mental math as I am now, but I think I'd still be fine. Whereas the FBI hunting me my whole life, the thing is, if I were to pick any 3 powers, I think maybe I could pick something that would make it so that they couldn't find me. Like I could just pick mind control and then completely mind wipe them so they completely forget about me. So, you can get really creative with that. I think I would just pick the superpower one, because then I can just mind wipe the FBI so they don't remember me, and then just pick 2 other things, so probably telekinesis, and then, I don't know what else I would do. Yeah, but, yeah. I wonder how a random person's gonna feel just walking up or just listening into this video and realizing that we're talking about mind wiping the FBI. Alright, next question. Parker Nature Guy says, what is your opinion on Vox? Do you hate him, love him, and do you think he's a good villain? I love him. I think he's a good villain. He's, right now, probably one of my top 3 characters in Hazbin Hotel. Alright. Luke Skywalker, LQ21Q, says, would you rather fight Mbessa in a cage match or have an arts and crafts lesson from Palpatine? Oh, jeez. See, with Mbessa, the advantage with her is I feel like if I would just tap out immediately, be like, I don't want to do this, that she would let me go and she wouldn't hurt me. Palpatine, though, if he was trying to do it to look good, you know, manipulate or something like that, I also feel like he wouldn't hurt me either. And then I could just, like, really just butter him up and suck up to him for, 20 minutes of doing arts and crafts with him. Ultimately, I think I'd do an arts and crafts lesson with Palpatine, just, why not? See him go, glue it. Alright. Sherbert Whimsy 57 says, what's your top 3 anime if you have some? Mine has to be Dragon Ball, Z Takapi's Original Sin, and Assassination Classroom. I don't watch anime, but I do read manga. So my 3 top manga are Assassination Classroom, I agree with you on that one, Spy Family, and then Attack on Titan. Okay, and last question, so I have to pick wisely. Okay. Jax from TADC, what is your opinion on the TADC finale? Needed more episodes. It really did. I actually made a whole video talking about my opinions on the TADC finale, so if you want to check that out, you can do that. But I don't think it was 10 out of 10. I don't think it was 0 out of 10. I think it was like a 6 out of 10. It could have been done a lot better. I think the whole thing with the characters having just to be a mind scan and all that, I think that was not a bad decision. A lot of people were complaining about that. I thought it was fine. My issue with it was that I don't feel like the story was fully fleshed out yet. There were so many plot points that never got discussed, and it kind of leads into my one main problem with TADC is that the show felt like it, in some areas, wanted to be sort of a really weird liminal space vibe sort of thing, but in other areas, it wanted to be just an exposition of the characters and the mental health aspect of it. And I like both aspects, but I feel like they needed to pick one because they kept bouncing in between it, and when they did that, we lost so much important time because it was such a time-limited show. And then also, there were just so many things that never got explored because when we were off doing all the liminal space stuff, we completely ignored Zubul and their whole character arc, and then when we were off just doing the characters, we completely missed all these plot points and lore that never got discussed. So that's my thoughts on the TADC finale. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. This is honestly one of the most fun videos I've ever made. Is it most fun or funnest? I hear people say it both ways, and that's the one thing in English I never actually looked up the definition of how to do it. But anyway, so someone in the comments can tell me if it's most fun or if it's funnest. I'd love to know. Just funner sounds wrong, because it would be more fun or funner. Okay, I'm totally getting off on that. But anyway, I had a lot of fun making this video, and I hope you have fun watching it, and I really enjoyed reading all your questions. There were definitely a lot, and I wish I could have answered all of them, but we were getting up to, I think, 50 questions, and there's just no way I could do all of them. So maybe at some point I should do another Q&A video for something else. I just hit 18,000 subscribers today, actually, so maybe when I hit 20 or 25K, we can make a Q&A video for that. So, yeah, I will see you next time.